Hello and welcome to another one of my process videos. This will be showing the process of drawing both the Lady Allura and the Lady Kima mermaids. I unfortunately did not record coloring Allura, only Kima. I just love this cosplayer so much, the Allura one, that I needed to draw her as a mermaid. This is the first time I've drawn Kima and Allura since like last year, and it was fun. It was great. I missed them. Um, I also wanted to take this time to talk about those exciting meetings that I've been to at the beginning of the month. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this in public, but I figured it's okay to talk a little bit about it to my patrons. Um, Basically, a Norwegian publisher is interested in maybe translating Tavarsia and publishing it in Norwegian. So that's really exciting. They're going to come back to me about it in the beginning of June because in Norway, May is just full of holidays and stuff, so nothing gets done. And they want me to probably redraw at least the first volume and stuff. They were gonna come back to me about everything they want redrawn or changed because, the story and stuff isn't perfect, and I think they might want to publish it for a slightly younger audience than I intended when I drew it, so they might want to cut back on the blood in volume 2, for example. Yes, that's just really exciting. But nothing is official yet, so I try not to get too excited about it, but that's difficult. um, Other than that, I have a couple of Norwegian cons coming up in June. The first one is Oslo Comic Expo. It's not really a full-on con. It's just an expo in a small library. But that's where all the industry people will be, and that's going to be very exciting. I was initially just on a waiting list, but I got in, so excitement. There's also going to be a party for like the industry people at an arcade bar on the Saturday after the con, and that's going to be so cool. I probably don't have anyone to come with me, but that's probably just going to push me more to talk to the strangers and socialize. And then there's Desicon, which is more an anime con, basically. Tavarsa hasn't sold that great on that con before because it's not fan art and people don't come there to buy comics, they come there to buy fan art merch, so. But if I have some issues of Volume 1 left after Comic Expo, I'll still go. Okay, so in the drawing now, I am coloring. And with the digital watercolors, most of the layers are always on multiply, which means they go on top of each other and it's transparent. So I needed to isolate the different elements in the drawing into their own layers and such, so that the whole transparency thing would work out correctly. And since water isn't entirely opaque, I had to do some special things with that after a while. But this is basically just like using masking fluid when you're working traditionally with watercolors. I mean, that's probably why it's called layer masks and masking layers. This one was really fun, or both of them were really fun, because it was going back to my digital watercolors, and it had been a while, and I kind of really missed them. It's a way of working that I really enjoy, especially because it's not the end of the world if I go slightly outside the line, because It's watercolors. It looks okay, even if it's outside the line. And I really hate flatting. And I really love how textured it looks at the end with those brushes. It's the Kyle Webster brushes, for anyone wondering about that. I'm really happy with the way Kima's skin came out, because I was trying to get like a bit of a tan going with some tan lines and stuff. And, well, mostly sunburn on the shoulders and the face and the collarbone, which is where I usually get my sunburns. And then the shark fin, apparently I did it correctly, because there's a difference between the fins on a male shark and a female shark, and I didn't know that, so I lucked out. I did the correct one. Because apparently the male one has like some like the clasp thingies that they use to hold the female when they're mating. It looks really weird. I looked it up and here I am working on the water, which was really fun and relaxing. I'm not sure if anyone agrees that it ended up looking good at the end, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's nice to sometimes work with something that's a little bit more abstract, you know? Just playing around with some highlights and stuff. And just, I love working with things that are half transparent in art. Just so much fun. And then here we begin the shading. I hadn't really thought about the light source and stuff when I initially drew it, so at this point I kind of panicked, because I realized most of her body, at least her shark body, would be in shadow. But I think it worked out in the end once I got it softened and reflective light and such. And highlights, my favorite part. That's when it usually all comes together. Makes everything pop. And the highlights on the water was especially fun. This part. Because like it's not water if it's not sparkly and shiny and wet. And then making sure the water looks more watery again, and some final touches with colors and such. And then I think after I stopped recording, I continued making it fit more with the Allura I made in terms of colors. But other than that, you basically got all of it here. So, thank you for watching.